Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Elysion. Kind of a weirder map. It's going to be Larva and it's going to be Snow. This replay was sent to me by RJB. He verified the identities. This is actually Larva here, not whatever this is. 500 APM basically confirms it, right? So top left of Elysion, we've got Larva. And in the bottom left, it is Snow. Is Snow the best Protoss player in the world right now? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in ASL. Bisu's competing in there. So if Snow wants to prove he's the best Protoss player in the world, I think he's got to get farther than Bisu does for sure. So Probe moving out, going for that scouting here on this ginormous 4-player map, Elysion. Take a look at it just because I don't have a ton of replays on this particular map. So you got your own natural, which is nice. Not too hard to wall off. A little bit bigger than normal, but not too much of a problem. You've got this high ground. Okay, so 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock have a high ground base with ramps leading up into it, a narrow one to the north and a wider one to the south. Although mirrored, obviously. So the, no, actually, whoa! This is not a mirrored map? Hold on. Am I going crazy here? Ooh, Probe Scout's the right direction, too. Oh, the overpool opening here from Larva while we're at it. Dude, okay. So this 9 o'clock base has got one ramp leading in. It's kind of narrow. And there's no other way in. But at the 3 o'clock version, is this actually a 2-player map? No, this is a spawn location. Yeah, this is a 2-player, 3-player map. So interesting. So on the right side, you've got 2 entrances to it. Huh. Let's see if the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock are different too. Yeah, so this one's high ground, this one's low ground. All right, fine. So we got a little bit of difference here. Forge comes up in response to the overpool opening here from Larva. All's well that ends well. Middle of the map has some high ground positions for Lurker and Dragoons sitting. Nice. Kind of a weird wide open path. Just right through the middle of everything. It doesn't connect here, though. You got to go down and then back up if you want to continue your path along it. So yeah, Elysion. Bit of a weird map here. Not completely symmetrical. Gotta respect it. So, Terry the Overlord scouting out here. What's up, Terry? Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry to hear that your kids are being bullied at school. That's not awesome. Here's what my recommendation is going to be. You should float over the school when you have some spare time and just put some fear into those bullies, all right? You're an intimidating, huge overlord with big, long tentacles. I think you can probably handle it that way without having to do anything more drastic. So that's my recommendation. Anyway, Hatch went down there at about 11 supply there from Larva. One set of lings being produced. Going to chase the probe around because the probe really wants to know how many lings are coming out of these eggs. Is it lings? Is it drones? That's what's important here. And as always, Terry the Overlord merch available at falconpaladin.store. Quick break for an ad for that. falconpaladin.store. We got Terry the Overlord merch in stock. We've got Terry the Overlord t-shirts. We got mugs. We got a shirt with just Terry the Overlord's face on it. No words to distract you from Terry's majesty. We also have Falcon Paladin branded merchandise. We got t-shirts. We got mugs. We've got a super extra warm embroidered hoodie. Green, we got blue, we got black, and we have a lighter gray here as well. A little bit of a cheaper, less expensive lightweight hoodie as well here. And yeah, it's all set up nicely. We got headwear, we have a drinkware, we've got a beanie with Falcon Paladin's logo on it. Come to falconpaladin.store for all of your merch needs. And now back to the cast. And we're back. Again, falconpaladin.store. Good place for Falcon Paladin merch. Terry branded stuff, Falcon Paladin branded stuff. We'll ship anywhere. Third base coming in response to the Forge Fast expand because guess what? The gateway's not done yet. So pressuring this third base is going to be quite a while in the making, if at all. I like it. So Larva taking the low ground, top right spawn. That's how you do this in PvZ. I mean, we've said this 1,000 times. You know how this works. What makes this game interesting? Why did RJB send it to me? Well, it's not about the openings. Sometimes it is about the openings. Sometimes RJB sends me a replay and he's like, dude, this opening is crazy. And it is, and he's always right. But this game is definitely not for the opening. We've seen this 100,000 times. Cybernetics Core, into a Stargate, into Corsairs. We'll see the Zerg player if he's going to get mutas. Let's see if he's going to go just for a couple Scourges. Just maybe a Hydralisk opening here. Maybe Hydras and mutas. That seems like a reasonable position to take here. I don't know. Metabolic boosts coming in. And like I said, whatever. We got Lair. We got Metabolic boost. Let's see if it's a Stargate here from snow. Doesn't quite have the gas. We'll keep an eye on this just for a second, though. You there. Build a thing. There it is. Stargate coming in right on time. It's snow we're talking about here, and he's in his white color, too, which is the color of snow. We've gotten so much snow in my city, right? I'm in Salt Lake City, effectively, like the Salt Lake Incorporated area, the valley, was what we call it. Makes up a whole bunch of different cities, but it's all kind of the Salt Lake area. One giant subdivision, effectively. But yeah, tons of snow. Honestly, got like 19 inches of snow in one 24-hour period. My driveway was such a pain in the butt to have to shovel. I don't own a snowblower. Maybe I should. I don't know. But yeah, and it was a pain in the butt to just shovel enough to get out of my own garage. Yeah, and they say there's going to be more snow this week. Like, there's good chances of snow for today, tomorrow, and the day after. So, you know, it's nice, though. We've been in a drought condition here in the state for years as Corsair production begins and Aspire's on the way. So, anytime we're going to get a crazy heavy snow season, what that does is creates what's called snowpack in the mountains, because we're in a valley, there's mountains. And over the spring and summer, that snow melts and comes down at the valley. We collect it, we use it for drinking water and for whatever else we use water for. And it helps alleviate drought conditions. We get our water from, not from a river, but from the mountains, right? I think technically most things get their water from the mountains if you trace it back far enough. Anyway, Citadel of Adun coming in. Maybe some DT shenanigans. Enough about my local weather patterns. You don't care about this stuff. This fourth base, I love it from Larva. Larva is a macro Zerg. He will macro so hard, he will just send lings at you, maybe lings and ultras at you until you die. Who needs spellcaster when you have elite level, spell magic level macro is what Larva says sometimes. So it hasn't quite taken that forth. He's thinking about it. Corsair hitting the Overlord. Is this Terry? This might be Terry. I don't think this is Terry. But what are we doing to deal with this, my guy? What are we doing to keep the Overlords alive? Well, getting Flyer Carapace? Question mark. Dude, he's getting a macro hatch. He's taking a fourth base. And he's got another hatchery on the way. And another macro hatch. What did I say about Larva's macro capabilities? They are mighty. Zealot legs on the way, not DTs, but not too late for that. We got ourselves the Templar Archives on the way. All right. So Larva's being greedy. Let's see if Snow can punish him for it here. He's sending up a bunch of Zealots. They don't quite have speed yet. They don't have +1 yet. But maybe hoping on the fact that Larva isn't quite ready for it. But dude, a Sunken and, I don't know, what is this, 12 Lings? It'd be a tough battle, but Snow doesn't want to lose these Zealots before they've got the speed and the +1 attack upgrade. That's when they have their value. And I think Larva says, let's engage with you before you have the speed upgrade. And before you have the +1 attack. It'll be easier for us to kill you that way. And by that I mean all of us are going to die. So maybe not the greatest engagement there from Larva. So good. Production tab says there is a DT on the way. Muy excelente. Let's go. Let's go. DT. Corsairs, are you killing Overlords quickly enough? Holy Corsair Ball. We already have 5 of them. They come out fast, man. Zealots with the speed, with the +1 coming up into the third base. There's a Hydroden here. There are Sunkens. There are no Hydras in production, which is a little bit strange. Using the Scourge to scout these Zealots is pretty good. I like that a lot. What are they going to do about it? I mean, Corsairs could come burn these out of the sky pretty easily, but anyway, yeah, Evolution Chamber at the front. The Sim City is good. And the Zealot's not quite willing to engage there. They don't like what they see. They're like, Larva is adequately defending. But at least I'm forcing him to throw up some Sunkens and an extra Evolution Chamber he didn't want. And he did cancel that, so he got some refund for it, but still kind of sucks. But dude, Larva, man. Macro hatches at 2 of his bases and 4 total bases here to a 2-basing, well, almost a 3-basing Snow. He's working on it. And these Lings can't really do anything about it. There are just too many Zealots here with the +1. They just do so well against Lings. It's not even reasonable. Not even fair. A Ling run by! Jump on that cannon. Dude, jump on that High Templar. That'd be so good to get that High Templar. The High Templar's like, save me, friends! And they do. The Zealots do save the High Templar. Lings get a couple free probes there. Nice. But it's not free because the Lings are paying for this with their own lives as they're dying here. Trying to get another probe. Got him. Got another probe. This is, man, Larva. This is almost Jaedong level here. The probes have to take matters into their own hands to kill that final final Zergling. Archon in the house. Ooh, so forcing, interesting. Forcing the Protoss player to make an Archon there with his first 2 High Templar kind of sucks for the Protoss. He wanted those guys to be out developing, generating energy for the purpose of, well, having obviously a ton of storms. Scourge. Oop, I think they killed 1 Corsair there. That was 1 Corsair death sound. Another macro. Dude, 2 more macro hatches coming in here from Larva at the top right. He is the macro king of Zerg. I swear he is. He's got 47 workers, not quite the 50-ish he wants, but he's not too far from it. Hydra's going to chase the Corsairs away. Zealots generally do pretty well against Hydras, but they're retreating nevertheless. I guess maybe they're worried about getting flank attacked somewhere. Ling says that there's another race coming up here on Elysion. We'll keep that information here. This might be Terry. Rest in peace, Terry. You'll come back later. You can do something about those bullies. No, I think 1 connection, but not enough to kill a Corsair on that Scourge attempt. Yeah, this is so frustrating as a Zerg player. This Corsair stuff, man. Thank Bisu. Thank Bisu for this Corsair stuff. It is brutal. It is so tough to deal with. And no, they can't attack ground units, but guess what? Supply depots fly for Zerg, so it's like you can attack ground. Observatory coming in, worried about lurker stuff. I don't know that we saw lurker tech come through here. Larva doesn't want to push down, but guess who's expanding again? Snow is. Snow's getting a 4th base to even up on the base count here with the Zerg. Taking this 12 o'clock, probably a good idea. Maybe taking this minerals only expansion might be nice. Kind of easier to wall off with Sunkens and Hydras and stuff. A lot of places to expand on this map, though. Maybe head bottom right. Who knows? A lot of options are available here to the Zerg player. It just depends on where he's going to go. So either he needs to kill this 4th base or the 3rd base, I guess. Or he needs to expand or maybe do both. Yeah, lurker aspect's on the way. Queen's Nest coming in here, too, at 11 minutes. But yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. Helps the algorithm know that I'm here. Recommend me to more StarCraft fans. We get more comments on the videos, and you can have conversations with people about stuff, about StarCraft, and complain about balance, and other things that StarCraft fans talk about. I guess ASL groups are a fun thing. If you want to talk to other StarCraft fans, too, you can join the Discord server. There's a link to that in the description. You can do that in your web browser. You can do it with an app, like a phone app. You can do it with a Windows application, too. And I think there's a Mac application, too. I'm actually not sure about that one, but I'd be shocked if they didn't have one. Anyway, yeah, that's where I am most of the time. If you want to contact me, the best way is honestly through Discord. It's 2023, man. Get on the Discord train. I've been on there since 16 or so. It's been a while. A good long time. It feels new, but my sense of time is all sorts of screwed up. I'm getting older and there's COVID and stuff. Anyway, Lings come rolling in. High Templar, snippity snipe. Does he have enough energy for a storm? He does die, and this 4th base is in trouble. Circle of life. These probes are trying to keep that cannon alive by circle of lifing it, surrounding it with their own bodies and hold positioning, and that worked. It worked long enough to at least let the zealots come in here, so the cannon died, but few probes had to die for it. That was pretty good. Hydra tried to come in and bust in, but they are way outnumbered, and there's Storm. Corsair group is still 5. They're taking some Hydra shots. Not happy about that at all. More Dark Templar in production. Investing in, like, a Spore would be so good. I think this is probably going to be a Spore if he feels like he needs it. The natural base, Overlords are being produced here pretty much consistently anyway, so he doesn't really need it. So I guess he doesn't need Spores right now, but this base is pretty vulnerable to DT attack because no Overlords are present. There's one. Nope, that's not an Overlord at all. Bringing one down. Larva is smart. Super smart. Probe down. All right. Lings trying to do what they can here. Man, they're outnumbered, outgunned. Scourge patrolling to see if there's any, I don't know. Well, or you could just die to cannons. That's fine, too. I thought they were patrolling. Whatever. DT, middle of the map, having a field day with this group of Lings. Lurkers burrowing in the middle. Oh, there we go. That high ground lurker positioning I was talking about at the start of the game. Did I mention? I think I did mention that. Anyway. Hydras have 2 armor, no attack upgrade. The gateway units are at +2 attack and +2 armor. Massive upgrade advantage here for Snow. We've seen Snow positively bully some lesser Zerg players in this matchup. Can he do it here against Larva? Larva's a much tougher task. then defeating, I don't know, was it Beast that I was getting mad at? There was a really long macros EVP. And you'd think, well, Beast took Snow to a really long macros EVP. He's good. He was just getting his butt kicked the whole time. It wasn't even close. It was crazy. Snow's very terrifying. Snow knows how to use Reavers, too. Which every time there's a Protoss Lost versus a Zerg on the channel, and there were no Reavers spotted, that's why. It's because there were no Reavers. That's what I am told by my Protoss fans in the chat. I see your comments. I know what's up. You're probably right. Reavers are just sick. In the hands of somebody as good as Snow is, groups of Hydras die, groups of Lings die, Lurkers die, Ultras die. They are the ultimate anti-ground unit of all time. In this matchup especially. And they're so good that you effectively can't go bio. You can't go Marines and Firebats against Protoss after a certain point of time in the game. Neat. Alright, so these Lings have Adrenal. They're fighting much better as a result. Trading out, even if they don't have the best upgrades. +1 attack, +2 armor. It's really good upgrades, but not as good, I would say. Oh, he's trying to flank. Not as good as the Protoss player. Flank. Does he see him? Look at this. Oh, look at this micro. Oh, he wipes out almost the entire group. That was some sick awareness. Oh my gosh, that was some sick map awareness of where the Corsairs were going. Did he hit? What the? I thought they had the same movement speed. Did he readjust? Great storm on that one. Holy crap. 6 kills, 1 kill, 13 kill High Templar there. We must turn ourselves into an Archon, but these Hydras will kill us anyway. Army going left, trying to save the High Templar, and does. And does. DT has 4 kills. Gonna die with 6. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not an incredible amount of value for a DT, but 6 Ling kills is not bad. Might have killed a drone up here, too, based on where he went. Snow, sharking around, looking for more stuff to engage with in the middle of the map. He really doesn't want to engage in this whole sunken forest. At least not till he has Reavers, right? Robotics Bay is coming in. Trying to get some Lurkers up. Lings flanking the bottom. Zealot holding him in place so the Storm can finish him off. 9 kills on that High Templar. Huge engagement trying to kill these Lurker eggs. Oh, they get them. They get all the Lurker eggs. The Archons are really good at it. The Zealots are pretty good at it too. And he says, you don't have any Lurkers here. Let's go. Let's bust in. Have a good time. This is tough for Archons to get through. They're fat. The Zealots are slipping between the cracks though. The Sunkens are in a ton of trouble right now. Larva producing Mutalisks. Now that he's killed the Corsairs, the Muta option is possible, but his natural base is being absolutely devoured by this. Well, it's a 17-kill Archon. Some of those, again, came from when he was 2 High Templar, obviously. Lurkers are showing up to the party. The Archon's got to get out of here, man. But he's like, can I take down this main hatch before I die? No, I'm getting dragged into a problem. Zealots up, my gosh, murdering so many drones. 59 workers for Larva, but he had more before this thing hole started. These Zealots are going to take down the spawning pool. Really, no problem. They got +3 attack. Awesome stuff. Mutas and Lings trying to fight here. Storm. God, that Storm is so well placed. Every elite Protoss player on Earth has so much skill at placing those Storms. Yeah, and the Archon, a good answer. My gosh, a good answer here too. Oh my gosh. For these Mutalisks, though. Drones evacuating one way, drones evacuating another way. Snow is a monster right now. But what did we say about Larva's macro? What is he capable of? Terrible, terrible things. Dude, these Lurkers are dying. Not really accomplishing anything. The Mutas are trying to swipe down the Archon. They finally do, but take a ton of damage for it. Get a High Templar. Okay, so Larva's microing his face off right now. Another attack up to this, I don't know, 11 o'clock position of Larva's. Shutting that one down too. While expanding to the 9 o'clock himself is Snow. So he recognizes he's done some damage to Larva here. He's up about 30 supply. But Larva has all these bases on the right side that were not harmed. Those are the newer sources of income. I guess this is a newer one too. And does save that hatch, Larva does. So Larva actually manages to save his natural base and whatever this 11 o'clock position number is. This Archon would have killed it, but it got distracted by, I think, a Hydralisk pinging it, and it went over here and died eventually. Wow. Yeah, attacking up this ramp is going to be tough for a Zerg player to do. Oh, did he lose his Spire? The Zealots killed the Spire and the spawning pool. Sick. Sick play. So Spire replaced at the top right here. Larva, 70 workers. You know, for all the damage Snow did there, a lesser Zerg player would be mortally wounded. But no, not Larva. Guess what? He's fine. He really is. He's down 10 supply, but he's got a bigger economy. He's constantly producing here. What he's not doing is doing Defiler stuff, which I said that to start the game, and I was kind of being facetious. Because you definitely need spellcasters against somebody as good as Snow, but we've seen Larva win games without him. Without Plague, and the Reavers are out. Without Plague, without Dark Swarm, it seems like magic. But he does it, man. Dude, killing that Archon. So these Mutas are a pretty good anti-Reaver play, right? Oh. Takes a Storm to the face. Almost wiped out that shuttle. There's two here, though. Just in case one of the shuttles dies, there's a backup. Snow decides to back on out. So let's see. Snow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. Larva, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. He's up, but not by a ton. Oh, Storm almost killed that High Templar. That was tough. Oh, trying to expand 12 o'clock. Larva is, but he's like, I don't think I can actually beat this army. Oh, beautiful anticipation on that Storm. Sick anticipation on that Storm. 194 to 166 supply. Snow is up. Bigger army, massively bigger army right now. Okay, a Defiler's on the way. I keep checking Larva's production tab here and looking for Defilers, and he is. This is a very plaguable army right now. There's like an Archon here. What are you sniping, Hydras? I don't know, but big hits. Big hits. Big hit Monday here. Actually, this is going to come out on Tuesday, but big hit Tuesday here. Zealots getting into this natural base again. It is their home. Absolutely going to wipe out that Sunken. This Defiler has the worst rally of all time. Wanders right into a war zone and dies. If Larva wins this thing, I'm going to be impressed. I'm going to be very impressed because he's taking some serious hits today. So many hits, and he's doing it without Plague. Obs. He's like, do we snipe the Ob? Yes, we got one of the Obs. There's another Obs here, though. Got the other Obs. Okay, oh, 2 more Obs showed up. Dang it. But the Reavers went down. Okay, so that's nice. Is Larva just again by the bare skin of his teeth gonna hold this attack? He is. Well, maybe not. It's 186 to 122 supply. Reinforcing units. Archon's coming up all the time here. Hydras are in response. They have 3-2 upgrades. It's 3-1-3 upgrades for the gateway units. Hydra versus Archon, pretty good. I mean, not if there's like 1 Hydra versus 3 Archons, but y'all know that. Natural base dies. It's one of the oldest sources of income on the map here for Larva. So I think as far as losing a base goes, that was one he can afford to lose. Snow keeping the pressure on. Back it up a little bit. All right, 2 new Reavers to replace the ones that died. Sniping a Lurker immediately. This Archon Zealot army is tough to deal with. You can Plague it, but the Archons aren't going to be affected. You can Dark Swarm it, but the Archons and the Zealots are not going to be affected. Oh, this is so good. This is so great from Snow here. He's up 191 to 117 supply. This 11 o'clock base of Larva is getting massacred. Lurkers, no. Hydras, kind of. Sort of, yes, but also the dreaded Scarab is very scary stuff. Drones down 61 workers for Larva now. He hasn't expanded down this right way, and I really feel like he should, but he doesn't have a ton of cash, I guess. Yeah, just Hydras. Just Hydras versus Zealots that you haven't previously plagued. Gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. That said, I think Larva's had enough time to maybe get some Defilers out. He researched Plague. And I'm saying that, I don't see any Defilers anywhere. So maybe not. Maybe he's trying to make a point here that he can win without the power of the Defiler. I keep waiting. He had that one Defiler that died before it accomplished anything, as far as I can tell. Yeah, just mass Hydra against this many Zealots? No! It's not gonna work. He's trying to low ground some Lurkers, so it's hard to get on top of them, but then the Protoss army just moves away from it. This 12 o'clock base is gonna die, and I just think Larva's been under way too much pressure today to win this thing. It has been non-stop pressure for the last, my golly, it feels like the last 10 minutes. If you don't want to count the Corsair stuff, that is so many Zealots. Where is the Plague? 323 upgrades on these dudes. Defiler is on the way. Okay, Hydras snipe every obs here, but every Hydra dies as well. And there are no Lurkers here anyway. So, oh no. We don't and this Defiler comes out, gets a consume off, and yeah, gets a pretty good Plague off. Okay, Plague on like 7 of these Zealots. That's pretty good. That's going to be awesome. It's going to make them a lot squishier, easier for Hydras and Lings to handle without a doubt. Going to send some Zealots down to the south, maybe try to bust up this ramp where there are 3 Sunkens and a bunch of fully upgraded Cracklings. But my gosh, again, fully upgraded Cracklings against... even against Plagued Zealots, you're outnumbered, bros. You're outnumbered hardcore here. 173 to 119 total supply. Larva's in trouble, man. He lost his 11 o'clock. He hasn't been able to expand on the right side, and Snow's thinking about expanding there now. Which, this is not enough Lings to stop this from happening, Larva. Stop it. He's trying to maybe drag him up into these Sunkens, but it might be a little bit too smart. Oh, catching another Plague. Are all of these previously plagued? No, one of them was not previously plagued, so good job by you. 60 supply lead here from Snow. Lings getting caught in positions where they can't get surrounds. Left side attack from Snow. Coming up that left side. He's just looking good everywhere right now. And yeah, I mean, if Snow can make Beast look outmatched hardcore, what he's doing to Larva here is almost kind of doing the same thing. The consistent Reaver stuff. My Protoss fans, you are so happy. You are so happy at this Reaver stuff. Scourge catches the shuttles. Okay, so you're kind of stuck here now. Not great. But also, nobody's really coming to stop you because the army's covering this area at the natural base. So the main base is going to die. Intriguing. Right side base is being held. I think that's it. I think if this base comes up, I don't know what Larva has to do anymore. He's down, my golly. 80 supply. 80 supply. We haven't seen a single Dark Swarm today. We've seen a couple Plagues. But by golly, is it not enough? It is not enough to defeat somebody as good as Snow is. Amazing. Probes, transferring in. Lurker's trying to shut that down. Okay, Lurker's in fun positions to kind of make Snow think twice about coming up here. Larva trying to turn this thing around. Lurker count heavy. Full upgrades on these guys too. And some of these Zealots are a little bit worse for the wear. Definitely. High Templar are here. But Hydra's trying to... Okay, sniping the DT. Backing up. Okay, this right side bottom base of Snows does get wiped out. But I don't know if much else is going to happen here for Larva. I don't think he can keep this rolling. Oh, if these Archons die, maybe. Well, the Archons... Enough of the Archons died, and this one's going to go down too. Okay. But it's still double the supply in favor of Snow right now. Lurker, good unit. Hydra, good unit. Lings, okay. Lings on the roll down here. Dude, he needed something like this if he was going to stay in this game any longer, and he got it. He's going to take down the 4th, or is that the 5th? I think that's a 5th base. By golly, that Snow had. So still mining here, still mining here. Still up. A lot of supply. 65 to 144 is math that I can't do when I'm casting because I'm dumb. Defiler gets sniped after accomplishing literally nothing. Great job, Defiler. You're very cool. It's just Dark Swarm doesn't matter when you're going Zealot Archon. What you got to do is plague the Zealots and have enough Hydras that the Archons think twice about engaging. This 12 o'clock base is retaken by Larva, not bothering to take the main, or the 11. The main base is gone. And the natural is gone too, except for an extractor. So Larva has lost his main base. It is tough to win a PvZ when you've lost your main base. Just going to put that out there. Dude, it is an 80 supply lead still for Snow. Worker count's even, so this is army value, man. Snow making a concentrated push up here. Got his Reavers. Got his Archons. Got his sicker than sick Reaver micro here, and that's your GG. Wow. I assume Larva GG'd over a Discord and they were in a call. Otherwise, that would be a rage quit in my book. But man, Snow is your victor today. Incorporating Reavers. Got 16 kill on this Reaver. Wow. 10 kills on this Archon. And yeah, just not enough Plague, not enough Defiler play here from Larva. But man, just kind of out-macroing and out-skilling the macro player here today was Snow. So 5 bases to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 bases or something. But sniping the main base, sniping the natural, sniping this 11 o'clock, no small feat. And then just coming up here, too. Not enough from Larva to hang on. He's around 60, 50 supply. After all is said and done here, his lurkers are not getting the value because the Reavers are wrecking him left and right. And left and right. And that is how you do. That is how you do it, Protoss players. Be happy about that one. You definitely should be. Snow is so good. 275,000 points from our guy Larva. 308. From Snow, outproducing a lot of Lings in this game, but outproducing Snow by a 3-to-1 ratio. The kill-death ratio is more than a 3-to-1 ratio. About 800, that's almost a 4-to-1 ratio, almost. Not quite, though. I'm not good at math, but that's not quite there. Buildings raised by Snow, 30. A Protoss and a PvZ raised more buildings than his Zerg opponent. That's weird. That never happens, and that definitely, and usually, rather, signifies a win. And Larva did outspend the Protoss. Again, the macro hatches, the number of bases, the macro capabilities of Larva here. 80,000 to 68,000, which should be enough at about a 30-minute game, but the Reavers are so cost-effective. The Storms were so cost-effective. The Plagues were late and not enough. And once he got up to 7 bases or so, that 8th base just wasn't happening for Larva. And he couldn't defend the ones towards the end of the game either. So couldn't hang on to what he had, couldn't take any more, and bloop, bloop, bloop. That was amazing. That was great. So way to go, Snow. And that's going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.